What is going on, party people? Happy Tuesday to you, wherever you may be. The Dodgers lose in Milwaukee. It's not what you want to see, but something I want to see is on that screen. My buddy, our pal, it's been a while. Scotty G, Gritty Scotty, coming back to the internet, and he's got some things to talk about when it comes to the Dodgers. We'll properly introduce you in a second, but first, I want to tell people I'm not Alana. She's on assignment today. We'll be back together on Thursday at noon, so tune in for that. Check out the Dodgers Territory merch available. Hit that QR code, buy some stuff, buy some goodies, help us out, help the network, all that kind of stuff. Subscribe to the show, like the show. If you hit 1 billion likes on this, the Dodgers will start winning ball games again. I think that's how it works, or maybe I'm just shilling for clicks. What do you think, Scotty?
Maybe a little bit of both, but you've got to cook when that merch is there. When it's there, buddy, it looks good. I'm in.
I actually need to buy some. I need to buy some.
Yeah,
but
look, when it's I'm big wardrobe guy. You've got to have an extensive arsenal to go with. Everybody, give it a look.
Hey, there it is. There's your Scotty G approved right there. Scott Geirman, of course, has covered the Dodgers in many ways, shapes, and forms over the years, taking a little bit of a summer abroad, but he's still watching this team very closely, very intently. And I imagine, Scott, you're not enjoying what you're seeing right now.
Not at all. But I'm going to we'll dive in. We'll dive into a lot of stuff that, to pump the brakes, to hit the panic button, if you will, on a couple different topics there, and to kind of realize that when the Dodgers slump, they slump hard. And when the expectation bar for us as fans, analysts, wherever you fall on the spectrum, like a lot of fans, I definitely could have some incredible conversations with about the team, because we know the Dodgers are a well-oiled machine when everything is there. But when you see baseball like this, you go, man, what the heck is going on? But you have to understand, guys, we know who is batting in the fifth hole tonight. And you look at that 5 through 9, I'll give a tease about what I think about this team. A lot of this looks similar to 2024 with the feeling I'm getting right before this deadline and right before the All-Star break.
Yeah. That's the thing. That's kind of the narrative you're seeing a lot online right now. We always have to look back. What happened last year? What happened the last time the Dodgers were going through something like this? And ultimately, we know last year ended with a nice bow on top of it, so we can kind of have some hope that this team can get there again. But at the same time, living through it every single time, it really effing sucks. And Dodgers now 1-5 since losing Max Muncy to that knee injury. And at the time, and we were all praising Max and the importance to the lineup that he brought, because he was arguably their top run producer. Not even arguably, he was their top run producer at that moment. So as soon as you see Muncy go down, mercifully, thankfully, not going to be done for the year, not going to be coming back early-ish next season. He should be back this year, but they are struggling big time in the run production department. Only get 1 run on the board today against this kid. We got to praise Jacob Misiorowski for a second. We also got to praise Clayton Kershaw in this game. But you felt good with the leadoff homer from Show, and then all of a sudden 12 punchies. The kid is just absolutely cruising, man. Like, what did you like to see? Or as a baseball fan, what did you like seeing out of Mizerowski?
Just an absolute electric arm. Jacob Misiorowski is someone, as a baseball fan, and then, for the nerds that dive into the numbers, Jacob Misiorowski, it feels like one of those old school guys where he's got the stuff. He's going to go right after you. Not a deep pitch mix arsenal, but he's going to live in the zone. Sure, he's going to get burned. The hangers are going to happen. But guess what? He allowed a solo shot to lead off the game. And what else happened? What after that?
Nada.
He goes 12 punches the rest of the game, right? So it's just absolute domination from Jacob Misiorowski, and an incredible talent. I'm excited as a fan to watch him going forward. It sucks that he had a heck of a day against the Dodgers, but that's pitching. That's how it goes. There are talented players around Major League Baseball, and Jacob Misiorowski is just one of those talents that came up, and he's just absolute electric arm.
Yeah, he shoved facing a team that's struggling as bad as the Dodgers are, I'm sure he got a little bit of help. It's only his 5th career start, but in this start, lived up to the hype. But it's funny, on the opposite end of the spectrum, you got old man 22 with a very, very different particular set of skills, kind of almost matching him for pitch in his own way. Yeah, the strikeout ball was not there, but Kershaw keeping his team in this game. And I'm going to bring the comments into the show here for us. Kershaw, 6 strong. Actually, I'm going to I got the screen here for Kersh. 6 strong for Kersh there, 6 hits, 2 runs. Could have gotten away with a little bit of help there in that, was it the third inning, the fourth inning, where they did plate those couple of runs. Only 3 Ks. It's not necessarily his game anymore, but Kershaw, I mean, a nice little follow-up there to the 3,000 strikeout game. What'd you like from Kersh today, doing his best to play the stopper for this team?
Yeah, no, Kershaw continues to, as we've seen for years, Clint, evolve and adapt and maintain this level of production. And he's just, run prevention is at a absolute premium with him. It's something that continues to shock myself. I'm sure a lot of the people that see 22 on the mound and they say he's washed. He's not throwing 95. He's not throwing above 91 more than a handful of times a game. But there is something that he's been able to do, and he did really well today. He's looked great. This is someone who you toss on the mound, and you're getting a Hall of Famer. And this is production. It sucks that they couldn't get him more run production today. But with Clayton Kershaw, he's mixing pitches well. It's just with a Brewers team, they make a lot of contact. It's not always hard contact, but they put the ball in play a lot. Kershaw getting BABIP to death. Just, you've got to go out and you've got to fight for 22. And I loved when he had that base hit there into left center field, and he got a little chirpy with James Outman about where he was going with the ball, try to cut Andrew Vaughn off from going to second, which would happen. But I like to see this fire. That's the competitiveness I love to see out of Clayton Kershaw, no matter what point of his career he's at.
Yeah, I mean, the old man still has it. He still very much wants to win a ball game, and that's what's I'm really hoping that's the thing that keeps him pitching into next year. That's another conversation for a very different show later on in the season, or later on in the offseason after we're celebrating back-to-back World Series championships. But what I did love about this whole thing, and then we'll talk about this for a second. We'll take a quick break, and we come back. A lot more to digest. The chat is loving seeing Scotty G back in the mix here on YouTube. The people have missed Scott Geirman here. So I had somebody was saying, "Oh shit, it's Scott." Jessica,
missed everybody too, man.
We gotta get him back in the mix a little bit more. But I love the juxtaposition though of to reiterate this: a kid throwing 101, 102 versus, like you said, Kersh got to hump it up to get to 90, to get to maybe 91 with a little bit of extra cheese on it. It's funny to me that Kershaw can still get it done when the whole league, like, there are more Jacob Mizerowskis in this league now than there are Clayton Kershaw, which is not something you would have said or seen 20 years ago. It's crazy to see the way everybody just throws a billion miles an hour, but it's funny. It's not about velo. It's about being that crafty veteran. It's about finding your spots, and that's where Alana and I talked yesterday about Kershaw getting the All-Star nod. Even 22, he's a little like, I mean, it's nice, it's cool. I didn't earn it. He didn't earn it, but there's a reason why he gets that nod, because now, even in year 18, he finds a way to be productive. And I'll say it again, arguably the second best pitcher on this team right now. I just love to see it. Any final thoughts on the juxtaposition of it before we move on?
No thoughts, Clint. You summed that up really nicely. I like where you're going with that. Yeah,
appreciate it, man. Well, guys, we are going to take a quick break to listen to our friends. I got to find the right one. Sorry, I pushed the wrong button on my thing here. So now we'll be back after a word from our friends at Foul Territory.
Summer. We almost forgot what it feels like. to play just because. But even summer needs backup. A little partner in the good kind of chaos. Someone to bring the kung fu kicks. Hiya! To train some dragons. Fly, young dragon rider, fly. The kind of fun that keeps the days going, that turns living rooms into playgrounds, and reminds us what our bodies and our hearts were made for. Play that moves you.
I mean, that was like a real commercial. That was weird. I haven't seen one of those on there. Not to say what the boys do aren't real commercials, but that was a little something different there for you, boy.
Got a little extra juice to it.
Yeah, that was there was music and the whole thing. Shout out to Next Playground and all of the people who help bring Dodgers territory to you guys a few times a week and all that kind of stuff. Listen, we could talk about this game. It's not a game I want to talk about. You and I have not talked Dodger baseball online for a little while now. I want to know, like, where are you at? Where's the pulse with this team? And we kind of already, have touched on it. But yeah. I need a gritty Scott rant. I keep calling you gritty. I need a rant. I need something. What's ruffling your feathers? What's grinding Scotty's gears when he's not going out there and coaching all-star teams and all this kind of stuff, putting in the grind behind the scenes?
I got you.
Yeah,
I've got you.
What's on your mind, man?
Probably, I see a ton of the regulars and guys again. It's great to have you. I'm going to be in the mix going forward. I believe some more. So stay tuned there for sure. I'll keep you posted. Some stuff's got to happen. We'll make it go. But with where I see this team, I hinted earlier in the show about this feeling eerily similar to 2024. We've got the Max Muncy injury. Tommy Edmonds not fully healthy right now. Teoscar's battling something. Kike's down. So there's a big mountain to climb right now. What it was, Clint and I spoke prior to the show, we were going in here, is that the Dodgers need some things at the deadline, undoubtedly. They need to get healthy. They might need to get some bullpen arms. Starting pitching is something we have to continue to wait on. Yamamoto needs some breaks. Like it feels like he's running into some fastball command issues, some secondary stuff. So he's got some things he's got to work through. All that spells to me is some reinforcements have to come. I'm thankful that Clayton Kershaw is able to supply that every time he steps up to the mound. But we need a little bit more regularity. You need a little bit more consistency in the starting lineup. And what happened last year, chat, after we needed the Dodgers to attack the needs of the deadline, finally get some regularity in the lineup, in the rotation, they went on a run, and we got to see what they could do. The Dodgers have to be thankful internally that they have this lead. And they also know that the teams around the National League West, Major League Baseball, at their peak, the Dodgers clear. That's just how it goes. There's a clear cut above the American League. I don't see the juice like the Dodgers have. It's just a matter of getting the Dodgers healthy at the right time, taking a deep breath, and letting them attack the needs that they have to go after. It's just health, Clint. And going into the deadline now, we can transition into this. Also, I'll have to address James Outman. I'm good. I'm good on James Outman. Somebody said he was wearing glasses, and I said maybe he can join that line, and I'll give him some praise, but he's not wearing them. I need the glasses.
Doesn't wear them during the game. What's going on?
Doesn't wear them during the game, so I'm out. I'm still out. I'm not a James Outman guy. He's the ultimate Rob Segedin clone with long hair. And with the trade deadline, though, I think we talked about a month ago, is that you might have been over on DB here, but I think we had this conversation too that do the Dodgers need a bat? Do you need an outfield bat a little bit more? Do you need a reliever, or do you need starting pitching help? It kind of lies where I don't even know, because again, the price tag of Michael Conforto just kind of hangs over everything in this run he's having of hard hit balls, but stuff's not falling. At what point does something got to give, and what position do they weigh the highest to go out and make a move? Because they have this team, they've got this window, Clint, and I know Chat feels this pressure, but it's about getting healthy and where can they maximize their assets at the deadline to attack.
Yeah, I mean, assets-wise, we know this ball club has the tools, has the talent to go out and get anybody. $17 million owed to Michael Conforto does not mean a damn thing to this front office when they're trying to go out there and run it back-to-back titles here. you got to replace Michael Conforto in that lineup. You got to get somebody. The bench right now, the depth overall for the team. I said it was a little concerning, or I wrote in a note, a little concerning. Honestly, it's big time concerning because the offense again MIA with the loss of Max Muncy, and then you don't have Teoscar Hernandez in the lineup, even though he had been scuffling. You don't have Tommy Edman in the lineup, even though he had been scuffling. We said last night on All Dodgers, this is a team that desperately needs that All-Star break to have been here already, but you got to get through now 4 more games. But beyond that, you're still not going to be perfect. You're still going to be a little banged up. You need some help, and I know some people would like to see it coming internal, whether it's whether it's a Ryan Ward, who's honestly been on fire at AAA, can't really defend, and the Dodgers have very clearly said without saying they have zero faith in him as a major leaguer. You're starting to see Alex Freeland get some play at AAA down at third base, but I don't know about you. Those don't really make me feel something in my nether regions when I'm talking about needing to go out and put together a good squad to win a World Series title. This will be the now like 9th show in a row I've mentioned that if you're going out and making a move, you got to make a splash. And a guy I love, once again, you're going to hear it, Jose Ramirez. I think you can get J-Ram. I think you can make it happen. Hell, throw in Emmanuel Clase because this team also needs some bullpen help. I don't know if these are the most up-to-date numbers, but I got them after Kirby Yates came in and gave up another run. 4.46 ERA, 7th worst in MLB. 54 home runs allowed by the bullpen this year, most in MLB. Now, definitely a lot of inflated numbers by blow-ups, bad arms, your Noah Davises or whatever. But those numbers don't instill a lot of confidence in me, Scott. They do not, especially knowing that this is a team that last year won the World Series on the spine of that bullpen. So going back to what you're saying, do you need a bullpen arm? Do you need a third baseman? Do you need an outfielder? Yes.
Yeah, I mean, look, in regard to third baseman Jose Ramirez, I don't know. A move like that for the Guardians is that's a franchise resetting trade. Yeah, that's not something I could see happening. I understand the appeal. The Dodgers would have to absolutely overwhelm. It's an insane team friendly contract there. It's not something I can see happening. So I'm gonna stay away from that one. But
you can overwhelm them. I have faith. You could overwhelm them.
Yeah. Anyway. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. But I would love to be privy to the list of that teams give out to other teams about players that are possibly going to be available at the deadline, because that does happen. I don't know if fans knew that, but that does happen. But when it comes to the starters, I really think that's the area. They have to find some stability there, and it also comes with the run production. We talked last year about both of them having to, play ball. Both sides, they had to prevent some runs. Dodgers had to score some runs. And right now they aren't doing either of them. Yeah. And when they're not happening at the same time. They're not happening at the same time. The bullpen's got to prevent runs. Starters got to prevent runs, go deep into game. Not Yamamoto having an anomaly start where he has the shortest of his career. That stuff just doesn't happen. You can toss that out the window, but it's just the offense is scuffling at that time. Seeing Michael Conforto today batting in the 5, and then you look down here, and then I had it just pulled up, and then you go, Ha-Seong Kim has really been slumping lately. He had that hot start, and it's just I've been staying off socials because I don't need that slander in my life about Kim. But Dalton Rushing, James Outman, Miguel Rojas, who's been great, and I'll give him that. He's looked good. Nothing insane, but he's been fine. It's just you can't go into games expecting to blow teams out that, when you're playing to the Dodgers, are going to give you everything they got. Mookie said it. It's just how it is. The Dodgers bring a different air and a different set of juice to other teams when they face them, and you get to see the best every day. It just so happens that the Houston Astros as well are the best team in Major League Baseball against above 500 teams. So they somehow have the formula there, and the Brewers, they play Brewers brand of baseball. They've been doing this for like about a decade now. So you know what you get, and they just ran into kind of a buzzsaw all at the same time while they're slumping.
Yeah, it's you're slumping. You're also facing really hot teams and all of their best pitchers at like the worst possible time. Framber Valdez is always very, very good for the Houston Astros, and then this kid Mizerowski today, Freddie Peralta yesterday. Dodgers could use a little bit of a break. I don't know who's going for Milwaukee tomorrow, but we could talk about that. We could also talk about the return of Tyler Glasnow in just a second, but we do have one more pause to hear from our friends at Foul Territory, then we will be back.
Hey, let's do a little player spotlight thanks to Arena Club. AJ, give me a player this season that you think is underrated and you might want to try and grab his card.
James Wood. I don't know that he's underrated, but Washington Nationals superstar in the making, and the first slab pack I ever opened had him in it. His rookie card, and the value is only going to go up and up and up. And I'm not going to sell it quite yet, Scott. I'm going to hold on to it because after he continues to hit big homers and put up the stats, make all-star teams, it's going to get more expensive for someone to buy for me.
This is his first full season in the majors. Keep that in mind. I think he's underrated. He's on a Nationals team that's meh. Not getting enough attention. He might hit underrated 40 homers.
When he makes the all-star team this year, that's not going to be underrated.
That helps. He's been intentionally walked 4 times in a game. Anyway, if you want to try and find a Wood rookie card, go check out slab packs on Arena Club. And right now you can get 20% off your first slab pack, or if you just want to go with a card purchase, go to arenaclub.com/FOUL. Use code FOUL. If you buy, sell, trade, collect, go for it.
A little bit more Dodgers territory for you all before we do sign off. Clint Pasillas, Scott Geirman in the house. We got Gritty Scotty. I had one chat I wanted to make sure I threw up, giving some love to you again as always. I can't find it, but there it is. Michael, bring in the fire is Gritty Scott. It's fun talking Dodger baseball with you. And again, what I said just before taking that little break there, Tyler Glasnow coming back from the dead, returning from the IL, first start since very early April, going up against Jose Quintana, always a formidable foe against the Dodgers because he is just a left-handed pitcher that exists. He's also just a veteran that exists, and the Dodgers seem to kind of struggle with those kind of dudes. But on the Glasnow front, This is an important start in my opinion because one, he's got to come up and play stopper for this team, but two, he's got to prove that he's still got something in the tank. Nothing is still barking. The changes that he made in the offseason to the delivery isn't affecting his stuff. What do you need to see out of Glasnow?
I need to see him living in the zone. I don't need to see him overthrowing stuff. I don't want to see him missing glove side. Don't overthrow. Let's keep it in the strike zone. Let's let the stuff play. And I know that's when he's at his best. That's where those solo homers happen, when he's letting his stuff live in the zone, because his stuff plus is fantastic. I just don't want to see him allowing free base runners, then has to work his way back. I don't want to see long innings. I know you said he has to play stopper, and that's a lot to ask because he hasn't pitched in the major leagues and in a bit. And he's got to go out there, hopefully come out and have a clean first and kind of take a deep breath and say, okay, I'm back. But Tyler Glasnow chases a feeling on the mound that is almost impossible to feel all the time. So if he's not feeling right, then he won't be pitching right. So let's hope that Tyler Glasnow feels right. And if he doesn't feel right, then he can say, I'm not feeling anything other than I just got to shake these cobwebs off and stay on the mound here. Yeah. But with Tyler Glasnow, man, you know what you're getting when he's right. You're getting a big right-hander, big fastball, deep breaking stuff. And I know his last time out in AAA, I think he had 7 or 8 punch-outs there, a little bit over 4. I would like to see him go at least 5. I would like to see him go at least 5. And that, if that's what we get, then I'm happy about it because you have to ease him back into action. But I just need the offense to give him a little bit of a beat, buddy. That's a little bit of a beat. There is no chance this team can bounce back if you have to rely on any starting pitcher coming out and just shoving for an entire start and allowing a one-run ball game, and then you just have to hope they win 2-1. That's not what you're not gonna feel good about it. You need to see Tyler Glasnow give you a good 5, maybe 1 earned, 2 earned, and I'm happy about it. And you need to see the offense put up at least 5 off a lefty that they saw the last time in the NLCS, and Tommy Edman, was the man. So we got to have that.
Yeah, this isn't your grandpa's Dodgers, your great grandpa's Dodgers. You can't have Drysdale and Koufax pitch you to victories with one run. It's not going to happen. Or else Kershaw would have done it. By the way, I think I mentioned it, didn't really dive too much into the fact that Shohei Ohtani with the leadoff homer, where we felt really good to start the game, and then those feelings just went away, but did pass Cody Bellinger. We got a Cody Bellinger reference and a Rob Segedin mention in this show. I'm calling that's a quota right there, but does pass Cody for the most first half homers or pre-All-Star break homers in franchise history, which is pretty cool. Showtime is pretty good.
Yeah, man.
Another dude who's been scuffling though.
Yeah, and I don't know how much time do we have on here, buddy. Like I don't know how much time we've got, but
if you got something else you want to touch on, we got a few minutes.
We got a couple minutes, and I know chat's going to be happy that I do this because I'm the ultimate Mookie Betts fan. That's just something
I thought about asking you about some Mookie thoughts.
Yeah, everybody knows that I'd go to war for 50. That's just how it goes. He's given this franchise what he's got, but you have to wonder if his struggles. It's not if. It's just something everybody's got to take note of. Shohei Ohtani is superhuman. He is that unicorn that when he can do it, he can carry a team. But he's going through that issue now where there's no protection in the 9 and there's not a lot of protection in the 2 spot. So how much is this affecting him? Because Ohtani is getting really aggressive when he's in the box there. It was beautiful that he gets one hanger today against Mizerowski and he blasts it because that's what can happen. But what's happening a lot right now is Mookie Betts' struggles or teams are really giving him the business up there. They're making him chase a lot, and he's chasing. So Shohei Ohtani's struggles are not really struggles. It's not as scorching hot, but it's hot, right?
Yeah.
But with Mookie Betts, it's just something isn't right still. And I know we talked about it, and we had that. We were going off early on, I think the first week of the year, where he had those few homers, and we were feeling good. But now it's caught up to him. Now it's caught up to him big time. And that OPS is barely above 7. I think it's 710 right here. And Freddie Freeman is definitely feeling the effects of some injury, some fatigue here. Pajes, it's just Mookie Betts in the 2 spot is something that I don't know that they would change it, but it's definitely something that is impacting both Shohei Ohtani and Freddie Freeman.
Yeah, I mean, I love the point. We've kind of touched on this a little bit, the whole idea of changing up the lineup, and we know that's like it almost takes a gun to Dave's head to want to change the lineup in some way, shape, or form, especially the top of that lineup and moving Mookie around and all of that. But I think at this point, kind of giving him a mental blow, maybe moving him down 6 or 7, just kind of changing his viewpoint might not hurt him, but the next part of the question of that is, who do you put in that 2 hole that's really ready to go? Because if you move Will Smith up, who's probably an answer, and this was somebody we talked about on All Dodgers recently, who's probably an answer, but he's such an important run producer in that 4, 5, sometimes 3 spot. It's like they are kind of just handcuffed right now with what they have, with Teo sideline and struggling and Edmonds sideline and struggling. But I love the convo, man. I think it's something, if this kind of slump continues, and maybe you get Tommy Edman back and kind of, cruising a little bit. It's something where I really do hope this organization explores it, because it shouldn't be about, well, this guy is Mookie Betts, he's just number 2 hitter, or he's a 2-hole hitter, he's got to stay there for all eternity. He's struggling. He needs a little help. Shohei needs some help. The lineup needs help. Yeah.
Yeah, you're correct. Yeah, he's struggling big time. And this is something Mookie Betts hasn't dealt with. We've never seen it. I don't think anybody's seen this in his career. He's 32 now. But we have north of a 300 at-bat sample size here of his 710 OPS Mookie Betts. And his struggles at shortstop are not as exaggerated as everybody makes them out to be. I don't buy into that thing there. I really don't. A lot has to do with the physicality. He just might not feel himself. But it is definitely something that is impacting the lineup. And then now we are at a spot where we're going to have the bright spots with Mookie Betts. And when we do, we're going to say that's 50. We know who he is. But it's just that right now, it's that the offense has been locked with this 1, 2, and 3 of Shohei, Mookie, and Freddie. And you can't, if you pitch around Shohei, then you get Mookie, who's going to make you pay. And it's just for a little bit of time now, it's been impacting them. So it falls into, I'm going to just say, Clint, it falls into the category of they just got to get healthy. They've got to take some time. They've got to go through it. And then that's about it. I'm not going to get too high or too low about it. It's just enjoy the lead of the division while they have it, and hopefully coast until they can address these spots. Guys can get healthy. and hopefully Mookie Betts figures it out.
I kind of laugh there because that's really the only way you can end these kind of shows. Yeah. And shows around like struggles. It's like we could say all these things, but ultimately it's like you just got to wait out. You got to weather the storm. Things will get better. The team is going to get better. Players are going to get healthy. The trade deadline will hopefully prove to be somewhat fruitful. Really, fingers all the things I can cross for a J-Ram. I know I'm reaching. That's reaching really, really pie in the sky sort of thing there, but yeah. You won't get it if you don't ask for it or something like that. But yeah. That's about all I got, man. Yeah, exactly. You just got to do that. Michael Scott, Michael Jordan. But Scott, man, I appreciate talking Dodger ball with you again, man. This is fun. Give that man a follow. You see the handle there on social when he's not hiding from the Hesong Kim haters. He's usually posting some pretty good stuff on the Twitter machine. But guys, we appreciate you hanging out with us. Again, check out that Dodgers Territory shop. That's DodgersTerritoryShop.com. Cop yourself some merch, subscribe to the channel, like the show, rate and review the podcast, all of those things. They really help out myself, Alana, and all of that business. I'll be back with Alana on Thursday, 12 o'clock Pacific time, off day show, where hopefully we're talking about a Dodger win. But see you on the next one. Bye.